Hey y'all, this is Cheryl and thanks for joining me for another video. I am bringing you a layout of some photos that I took at the beach in Surfside Beach, Texas on a staff retreat in 2014. So I'm going to be using a kit by Traci called Simple Pleasures, and I am using a large or oversized focal photo that takes up the top half of the layout from, you know, edge to edge, and then, of course, the whole entire top part. So I've added an inset photo over the top showing a little picture of my cell phone, and it had the calendar on there just showing that I had days of being at the beach there to relax. And what I write about in this layout is I end up, doing the journaling later, but pretty much it just says that we didn't really have any planned activities for this trip. But I knew from the year before how quickly it had gone, so I was like a little anxious about, how fast it was going to go and trying to enjoy everything. And my one of my coworkers had said that she wanted to get up the next morning and watch the sunrise, and I am so not an early morning person. And so I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll see you later in the day. But the next morning when she opened up the door, there was a deck upstairs that opened off of our room, and when I heard the waves and the birds, and I decided I would just go ahead and get up, and I'm so glad that I did because we had nice, quiet, chit chat. It was just super relaxing. I took lots of photos of the sun rising, and I really loved this particular photo with this line of pelicans. They would come across just little flocks of them, lines of them that would just come across the water in the morning. They do it in the evening. It was just absolutely beautiful, and I love any kind of birds anyway, so I just thought it was really cool to be able to see that. So, I was worried about, you know, how we were going to be spending our time, and I really like how this just says every moment counts, slow down and enjoy the moment. And I'm really glad I did, because after this, I ended up straining my back, and so it was a little more difficult for me to enjoy the moments, even the simple ones, because I was, hurting. So I just, it was just a little private moment. Um, it ended up another one of the girls came out, and so it was just a nice little trio, little chit chat conversation, and yeah, it was just fabulous. So while I've been running my mouth about the trip, I should be telling you about the layout. So I ended up doing a strip of paper underneath the edge of the focal photo, and I've started building my cluster. I've got that banner at the top of the inset photo. I've got some word art and some washi, and so I'm just going to keep building. And I really wanted a spot for extensive journaling on the bottom, and so that's why I do add that neutral paper on top of the yellow pattern paper. And then trying to balance out all the color at the top of the layout, I do put that strip of striped paper along the bottom. Now I'm just adding some foliage, and then I'll begin to cluster some flowers after this, I think. And of course I have to move that washi tape because it needed to be under the foliage but I wanted it on top of the photo, but it ended up, that's just where it was. So I'm just adding these little flowers here. And, you know, I could have gone with a beachy kit, but the colors were really perfect in this. And of course, the whole point of the layout is for me to journal about, you know, stopping to enjoy the little things, not, you know, worrying my time away. Which for some reason I just tend to do that a lot. I don't know. Are y'all worriers? I fret about things I don't need to fret about. I go through spells, like I do it, end up doing that a lot, and then I end up not doing it, and so, yeah. So I was glad I had, you know, a quiet moment, really stop and smell the roses is what I was going to say, but it was more like smell the salty air. So I'm coming to the end here. I think I add some a little bits of paint that'll show up underneath my journaling. And then you'll see the completed layout here with a lot of journaling. But I like how it balances out the page. If you liked watching this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.